So let's breathe one more time together. Inhaling slowly and then letting it all go. And every time you breathe, always try to remember that there's a power that is breathing us. So welcome again to the Grace Space. Here we are in the third part of the series on the grace of forgiveness. So moving ahead from part 2, where I shared with you in depth about how holding on to anger and resentment is literally like punishing yourself. It's like giving your power away. It's like it's like blaming someone else for your unhappiness, for your disharmony in your life. It's like putting your key to happiness in somebody else's pocket. So always remember this: for every minute that you're angry, you're losing 60 seconds of your happiness. Holding on to anger and resentment, I'm sort of just reinforcing it, but it needs to be reinforced. It's like a cup of poison that we pour down our throat with the hope that it will kill the other person. But while the other person remains unharmed, we wind up destroying ourselves. I would like to share another story today. And why am I sharing the stories? As I've already told you, because the stories remind us of the possibilities for the heart. So this is a story about a 14-year-old boy who was perhaps trying to prove himself and get into a gang. And he shoots another kid that he doesn't know to be able to find acceptance in a particular gang. So now he's taken to court and he's convicted of murder. And so on the day the judge is coming down with his sentence that he's convicted for murder, the mother of the other young boy who he shot is also in the court. And she suddenly stands up and she looks straight in the eye of this young boy and she says, "I am going to kill you." And then she sits back down. Of course, this boy is, he's the handcuffs are put on him and he's taken away to the prison, to a juvenile prison. And after a year, this boy has a visitor, and the visitor is the mother of the young boy that he had shot. So he's really, really confused. Anyways, so she comes, she visits him, and she says that, "Well, I'm here to talk to you, to try and understand you." And over the next 4 years, that was his, like, he was sentenced in this juvenile home for 5 years. So over the next 4 years, she starts to regularly visit this young boy. And she also not only like makes friends with him, she also brings things for him, little money that he can use to buy things in the prison. And at the end of 4 years, just before he's going to be released, she asks him in one of her visits, "So do you have a place to go to? Where are you going to stay?" So he says, "No, ma'am, I have no place to go to." So she says, "Okay, perhaps, I have a spare room, so perhaps you can come and stay in my house for a while till you find a place of your own." And he says, "Thank you, ma'am." And then she asks him another question. "So do you know what you're going to do? Will you?" So he says, like, "Ma'am, I have no skill." So she says, "Okay, I have a friend who runs a company. Perhaps I can get you a job there." And she arranges a job for him. So he comes out of the juvenile home and she takes him into her home and he starts to work. So this goes on for about 6 months. 6 months later, she sort of says that, "I need to have a chat with him." And she invites him into her living room and she asks him, she sits him down and she says to him, "Do you remember that day in the prison when the judge convicted you of murdering my only child? When you killed for shooting my only child, do you remember I suddenly got up, looked you in the eye, and I said, 'I'm going to kill you'?" So now this boy is like a young man. So he says, "Yes, ma'am. I will never forget that. I can never forget that." And she looks at him and she says, "Well, I did. I did not want a young man to be walking who could, a young man who could kill another person in cold blood, to be walking on this earth. And that is why I started visiting you while you were in the juvenile prison. And I started making friends with you. I started talking to you. I started bringing things for you because I wanted you to help to see another way. And you are no longer that boy. So I've done that. I have killed you. Extraordinary story. Extraordinary story. I mean, it's the heart of a bodhisattva, the heart of that mother. But it also reminds us that in our human incarnation, as human beings, in our human incarnation, it is possible. It is always possible. That heart of graciousness, the heart of magnanimity, the heart of true freedom. It's possible. It's possible for us, just as it was possible for her. You know, at different times in our lives, we've all been deeply, deeply hurt. We've all been excluded. We've all been betrayed. We've all been wronged. And some wounds run very, very deep. And it just doesn't go. You know, even when you think that you have dealt with it, it just keeps coming back. True or not? You know, maybe, perhaps every time you think of a certain person or a situation, every time that comes to your mind, you can still feel that contraction inside yourself. That pinch of contraction. You know, that feeling of being a victim, or just the desire to have a last word, or to tell someone that you are wrong, or to take pleasure in another person's discomfort. Whatever it is, like those feelings just arise. It's like a hard place inside yourself. Even after all these years, even when you think that you've dealt with it all, maybe the pain keeps returning back because you are regularly seeing that person. Or maybe you're in a relationship, in a family relationship with someone who is deeply unconscious, and you will never receive the love that you crave for. Or maybe the person whose forgiveness you would love to have is no longer in the body, and you just can't let go of the regret over the things, over the way you left things. And the Dalai Lama has this beautiful, beautiful term that he has coined to describe these kind of people, to describe these kind of situations in our lives. Sacred friends. Our sacred friends are the hardest to forgive. Let me describe and clearly illustrate to you who a sacred friend is. A sacred friend could be another person, it could be a situation, it could be a circumstance, it could be a condition. For example, I'm just going to give you some examples. So, for example, your parents decide to send you to a boarding school when you're just a child. And even though your mind understands that your parents, they believed that they were giving you a great chance in life by doing so. But a part of you still feels abandoned and holds on to that grudge for many, many, many years later. So there's that deeply buried hurt. And maybe that is at the root of so many self-destructive, self-sabotaging behaviors that continue through your growing up, through your adulthood, in your life. And even though your mind understands it very well, your body is still frozen in the past because your body is still holding those energies. There's a part of you that is still holding that you are unlovable. This situation is your sacred friend. It continues to influence your life even today. The past is alive in the present. Even though your mind understands it, but you've not been able to make peace with it yourself because the energies are inside you, in your cells, in your tissues, in your organs, in your chakras. Let me give you another example. Maybe you're dealing with a challenging physical condition, an illness or chronic pain in your body. And it has diminished the quality of your life. Or it has, or you believe that you have not been able to live the kind of life that should have been yours. This chronic pain, this relationship with pain in your body or this condition, you can remember it for as long as you're on this earth. And you've really, really tried. You've really tried to accept it. And maybe you have also accepted a lot about it. But you're so tired of being in pain. This relationship of pain with your body, this relationship, this condition, this illness in your body is your sacred friend. Let me give you another example. Supposing you have a child who's very troubled, and your child's chaotic life is a constant source of worry and distress to you. And you've done everything. You've been doing everything that you can to help your child, and you will do anything that you can to help your child. But your child remains unresponsive, angry, unreachable, dishonest, and even abusive. And you feel powerless. You feel torn between giving in and cutting them off. Your child is your sacred friend. So let's just take a deep breath here. Let's just breathe in fully. Let's pause for a moment and breathe out fully. When we get caught up in our life situations, we lose our perspective, and then we go into temporary insanity. So it's very important to remind us, to bring us back to the space of sanity, and to remind us constantly as we breathe in and breathe out, to take a pause, to remind us constantly that there is one power, one presence, one life in this universe. And that infinitely creative, loving, thinking substance permeates and penetrates the interspaces of all existence. And it's the source of all. So let's just take a moment. Let's just take a moment and breathe in together again and breathe out fully again. Breathing in fully, breathing out fully, to remind ourselves that this power is beating your heart right here in this moment. This power is breathing you right here in this moment. The Spirit is animating us with the breath of life. So let's feel and tune into the Spirit together, the breath of life that is animating us. The source. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. And it's always very, very important to remember that this power, that you and I, we are one with this power. with this presence. We are inseparable from it. Its center is everywhere and its ending is nowhere. It lives, moves, and has its being in us. And we live, move, and have our being in it. And this power is greater than any circumstance, any situation, any sacred friend, any condition that we may be facing in our life today, no matter for how many years. So let's take another breath in and letting it all go. With this power that is beating our heart, that is breathing us, right here in this moment, we can forgive anything, anything. The grace to forgiveness comes from this power within us. And the greater the seeming obstacle, the greater the seeming hindrance, the greater the benefit to us when we dissolve it. You know, there's a spiritual law that says that we are never given anything in our life that is too big for us to handle. Now, we might perceive it as something being too big for us to handle. But the capacity, the spiritual capacity is there. We might not have the tools to deal with it. We might feel that we don't have the ability to deal with it. But the capacity, the spiritual capacity is always, always there. So if we are able to shift our perspective and see our sacred friends as an opportunity for our spiritual development, as an opportunity for our growth, our evolution, our unfolding on this journey, as an opportunity to navigate this curriculum for this physical incarnation, it becomes possible for us to forgive anything, anything. In a sense, I mean, you will find it very absurd, but in a sense, our sacred friends are the ones who love us the most. I mean, you might find it very harsh as I'm saying this, very absurd, because those are the souls who are willing to help us evolve into a more elevated being by their presence in their life. Now, I'm not saying that they have this awareness on a human level, but on the soul level, they do. Maybe we have signed a contract, an agreement with them on the soul level about this relationship and its purpose for both of us. So, if we can see our sacred friends as something to be grateful in, notice the word grateful in. I'm not saying grateful for. I mean, there are certain situations that perhaps we find it very difficult to be grateful for, but we can always be grateful in every situation, every circumstance, no matter what. Grateful in, as our sacred friends are here to evolve our hearts, to help us develop a spiritual muscle, to go beyond the polarities of human experiences where we see everything as good or bad, wanted or unwanted, praise or blame, joyful or sorrowful, painful or pleasure, attraction or repulsion. You know, there's a 13th century poet, and you all know about him, Rumi. He has so exquisitely articulated this. And in one of his poems, he writes, out out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. Out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. And you know, the truth, another truth is that the circumstances are always neutral. The circumstances are neutral. But we emotionally charge every situation, every circumstance, every condition. We place judgments on it, or we are in resistance with it. The situation is simply as it is. It simply is. A condition is simply is. But we emotionally charge it. So the choice is ours to make. And we have to make this choice because we cannot live on two different frequencies simultaneously. We cannot expect, we cannot experience, we cannot hold anger and resentment and bitterness and grudges and expect to experience love and joy in our lives fully. To sing, to dance, to be in that state of aliveness. Because they're two different frequencies, as I shared with you in the last part. Forgiveness, love, joy, and resentment are two levels of frequencies. So we cannot experience resentment in the presence of joy. And we cannot be joyful when we are holding on to resentment or feeling oppressed. It's like trying to play two radio stations simultaneously on one single radio receiver. We have to consciously change our own channel if we wish to have a different experience, true or not. So the decision is for ours to make. Whether we are going to allow that situation to define us for one more day, or are we willing, are we committing ourselves to break through that shell, to embark on this journey of forgiveness? And I'm not saying that as we embark on this journey of forgiveness, it's an easy path. It's a path of tears. It's the way of the tears. But it's the only way. It's the only path that we can walk if we want true liberation, true freedom, if we want to live our life joyfully, blissfully, peacefully, in a state of aliveness. You know, look at the Dalai Lama. I mean, he carries with him the weight of oppression in Tibet and a loss of culture. And he's such a happy, joyful person. I was listening to one of his interviews where he was asked about his relationship with the Chinese aggression and how does he view them? And is he resentful about it? Is he bitter about it? And his response is just blew my mind. And he says, they've taken away so much. They've destroyed our temples, they've burnt our texts, they've disrobed our nuns and monks, they've destroyed our culture. I am not going to allow them to take away my joy and my peace of mind. Why should I allow them to take that away from me? Amazing, isn't it? You know, there are people, I've heard them say, I will never, never forget and forgive. That is such a hard thing to say. It's such a harsh thing to say. When we say that, that means that I'm never ever going to forgive. So perhaps until the body leaves this human incarnation, this physical incarnation, and then that karma continues. You carry it forward into your next lifetime and your next lifetime and your next lifetime, up until the time you release that person, that situation. You cut cords, you sever the cords, sever the connections, let that person go, release, and find your inner peace and your joy. It continues. It's not as if we are going to leave this body and it's going to go away. So it's harming us in this incarnation and it continues. And we'll go deeper into it in the last session, which is next Saturday, about how the karmic journey continues, because love bonds two souls. But hatred, resentment, bitterness, it chains two souls. And unless we break that chain, it continues. It continues till the time we break that chain. So again, the choice is ours, the willingness and the commitment. It has to start with that. The journey has to start with your willingness, your commitment. And then we take it from there. So we will now begin our practice. So we'll end the teaching for today here and we'll continue. The last teaching will happen next Saturday. Also, before we begin,
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to remind you to tell us about the workshop that we are planning.
Oh, yes. So some of you had sort of written to me about a deeper practice in forgiveness. So we are planning a workshop, a 3-hour workshop on 17th of December. So save the date. I will be sharing the details. And it's basically, we are going to go deeper into your aura, into your chakras, into your cells, and extract all the energies of anger, resentment, bitterness that you're still holding, the weight that is bringing you down. And then at the soul level, we're going to practice forgiveness, which is at a very deeper level. We will not be forgiving the body, but we'll be forgiving at the soul level. And we will really go deep in this workshop. So I will share the details. So just for now, just save the date and let's continue with our practice for today. So I want you all to just find a place where you can sit comfortably, at ease, and in a very stable way. And also where there's a certain sense of dignity to your body, like a certain uprightness, if you can, if your body allows. And graciousness, not rigid, not tight, but just be present here with kindness and loving experience and loving awareness. So when you're ready, you may gently close your eyes. And let's just take 2 or 3 deep breaths in. Slowly inhaling, fully inhaling. And then as we exhale, releasing out whatever tension is ready to let go of. You may inhale from your nose and exhale from your mouth. So let's do it again. Inhaling slowly, deeply. Your belly rising. And then letting it all go out through your mouth. Your belly falling. Releasing all tension, tightness. One more time, inhaling. And letting it all out. Let your eyes, and continue to breathe, inhale and exhale. Let your eyes and your face be soft. Loosen your jaws. And you may want to roll your head in little circles to release your neck. So let's start clockwise direction 3 times, rolling your head in little circles. 1. As you continue to breathe. 2. 3. And now let's go to the other direction. Starting as you continue to breathe in and out. 1. Slowly, gently. 2. And the last time, rolling your head in a little circle. 3. Lovely. And your neck is back in an upright position. Let your belly be as soft and natural as you continue to breathe. And let your heart be soft as well, to be able to receive whatever arises with a spirit of kindness and compassion. As you continue to slowly and deeply inhale, and then gently releasing it all out. I want you to feel the weight of your body as it is supported on the cushion, the chair, or the floor. And just feel yourself supported by Mother Earth, just where you are, in this moment, right here. Mother Earth is completely, fully supporting you to let go of whatever you're willing to release in this moment, just where you are. Slowly and deeply inhaling, and slowly and deeply letting it all go. And as we continue to breathe in and out, I would like you to just observe your body breathing in and out. Just observe your body. Wherever your breath feels most natural to observe, the coolness in your nostrils, the swirling, tingling in the back of your throat, the rise or the fall of your belly. Wherever it feels most natural for you to observe your breath, just observe your body breathing. You're watching your breath going in, and you're watching your breath coming out. And if there are any thoughts, any emotions, any feelings that arise, just let them come and go like you're watching clouds in the sky. They come, they go. And if your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath, either to the coolness in the nostrils or to the swirling, tingling in the back of your throat, or just the rise and fall of your belly. Very gently, very slowly, bring your mind back to the next breath that you notice. Just breathe naturally, softly, gently. We are not doing this to become great breathers. We're not trying to manipulate the breath. We're just tuning in into the source, the spirit that animates us. As we breathe in, we breathe out. And with each breath, you will feel a growing sense of ease and calm. Breathing in, ease and calm. Breathing out, inviting ease and calm. And relaxing into this rhythm of breathing in ease and calm, and breathing out, inviting ease and calm. This ever present wave of rising and falling that continues to invite your body, that invites you to relax deeper and deeper. Your shoulders completely relaxed. Your entire body soft, gentle, relaxed. And as you breathe in and out, I want you to be gently aware of your crown center, the top of your head. Some of you who are sensitive, you might feel a slight tingling, a pressure, a sensation, a vibration on the top of your head. As you bring your awareness there. And I want you to inhale this universal light and love, breathing it in deeply into your lungs, into your cells, and then letting it all go, releasing it through every pore of your skin to the ends of the universe. Breathing in universal love and light, and pausing at the top of your breath, allowing this love and light, inviting it to flow into your bloodstream, into every part of your body. And then gently radiating, shooting it out through the pores of your skin to the ends of the universe. And pausing at the bottom of your breath one more time. And then inhaling universal light and love deep into your lungs, into your cells, into your tissues. Pausing at the top of your breath and inviting, allowing this light, this love, source light, source love, to travel into your blood vessels, and into every organ, every part of your body system, and then letting it all out, shooting it out, radiating it out through every pore of your skin, gently releasing it to the ends of the universe, and then pausing at the bottom of your breath. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhaling universal love and light, holding it, and then releasing it to the ends of the universe. And then pausing and holding your breath one more time. Inhaling universal love and light, source light into your cells, into your tissues, into your organs, holding it, holding your attention in that empty space as it spreads to every part of your body system, and then very gently releasing it, shooting it out, radiating it through the pores of your skin into the ends of the universe. And one more time, pausing at the bottom of your breath, holding your consciousness into that empty space. And now, let your body breathe in and out on its own, naturally. As you continue to drift deeper and deeper into that space, that empty space, and fill it. Inhaling that universal love and light, and releasing it through every pore of your skin to the ends of the universe. And just drifting deeper and deeper into that empty space. Your entire awareness, your entire consciousness is in that empty space. If you hear any sound, if you hear any voice, it'll just nudge you and very gently take you deeper and deeper. And you continue to drift deeper and deeper into that nothingness. And that nothingness is pure light. You're not the body. You're not any of your thoughts. You're not any of your feelings. You're not any of your emotions. You're not even your mind. You are pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is the soul, the spiritual self. That is your true nature. Be aware of it. Experience your real essence. You, the soul, are one with your higher soul, with the immortal part of you, your higher self, your divine self. You, the soul, are one with the Param Atma, the divine spark within you. You are a child of God. We are all children of God. We are all growing, learning, and evolving. You are a child of God. You're one with God. You're one with all. There is only oneness. So, allow your awareness, your consciousness to keep drifting higher and higher. Let the energy take you as high as you want to. And let go. Let things be now. You're drifting deeper and deeper into that ocean of source light, that ocean of source love, just melting into it. You, the soul, are completely immersed in that brilliant, brilliant, brilliant source light. You, the soul, are enfolded, you are cocooned, you are swimming in that source love, God's unconditional love. Just let it penetrate, permeate every fiber of your being now. And let go. Let things be now. You're in this space of pure energy, radiant light. And surrender. Surrender any difficult situation, any sacred friend, any condition, any person in your life. Surrender that to this light, to this love. This difficult moment, this weakness, surrender that to God to resolve it for you, to illumine you, to guide you towards the light. Offer it with complete faith, with full certainty. And let go. And let things be. Be you the soul. Be healed of all your pain. May you the soul be healed. May you the soul be soothed of all your pain, all your suffering. May your heart be made whole. May your thoughts, may your emotions, may your mind be purified. May your body be healed. May your relationships be healed. May your finances be healed. May you, the soul, be healed on all levels and blessed. Blessed with God's mercy, with God's compassion, with God's compassionate, purifying light and compassionate, loving energy. With abundance, with prosperity, with good health, with vitality, with exuberance, with joyfulness, with a state of aliveness, with oneness, with inner peace, with deep, deep healing. With source light, with source love, with God, all is possible. All is possible. All is possible. So be it. So be it. And so it is. Very gently, very slowly. Move your hands, move your feet. Very gently, very slowly. Take your time and come back to your physical waking consciousness. As we move our hands, our feet, the consciousness flows back to the extremities of our body. So it makes it easier for us to come back into our physical bodies. Bring your hands to your heart center in a prayerful position. We are so grateful to Source Light, Source Love. Thank you. Thank you to the Divine Supreme Being. Thank you to Divine Mother, Divine Father. Thank you for your immense, immense blessings. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light and soothing, healing energies, soothing away all pain or sorrow, all suffering, all sickness, all disease. We thank you. We thank you for your guidance. We thank you for your illumination. We thank you for your help, for your protection. for your divine wisdom. We are so grateful to all our spiritual gurus, to all the great, great gurus of all traditions, to all the higher beings, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, healing angels, to all the great Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. We are immensely grateful for the deep, deep blessings, for the deep, deep healing, for the inner peace, for the inner beauty, for the outpouring of grace. We thank you. We thank our higher soul, our divine self, our immortal part. Thank you for your love, for your cooperation, for your guidance. As we begin to walk the path and we embark on our journey of forgiveness, thank you. Thank you for guiding us, for helping us walk this path towards the light. We thank you in full faith. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And especially, I thank all my teachers, all my guides, all my mentors, all my spiritual gurus for the priceless teachings, and the divine blessings to be able to share it with all of you here. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in this journey. Thank you. In full faith, we thank you.